B is a law student who really needs to use the restroom. But the coffee shop employee says she's only allowed to go in there if she buys something first. Ben, a man waiting in line to order, notices how troubled B is. So he decides to pretend that she's his wife and orders some tea for her. B gets the key, and while she's in the restroom, she calls her sister Hallie to tell her about the guy that she just met. And when B is washing her hands, the water from the sink comes out with a lot of pressure, wetting her pants. So she takes them off and tries to dry them using the hand dryer. When B finally comes out, Ben hands her the tea and says goodbye to him, but Ben calls her out when he sees that there's toilet paper attached to her shoe. Bean, however, turns immediately thinking that he's going to invite her out, and Ben uses the opportunity to follow along, not without making sure to get the paper out of her shoe. B and Ben spend a wonderful night together, but in the morning, B leaves before he wakes up. Right after, Pete, Ben's friend, swings by and notices that Ben is holding his wrench. That means that he told B about his mother, which is something unusual, as he never tells anyone something so personal. This makes Pete believe that Bean is in love already. B decides to return to Ben's apartment, but she hears Bean say that he's not in love and couldn't get her out fast enough. At night, Ben goes out clubbing and meets up with his friends. Pete, Claudia, and it so happens that Hallie, B's sister, is also there. So Hallie introduces B to Ben. Things don't go smoothly between the two. Bean tells Ben that she's engaged now. Fast forward, Hallie and Claudia announce that they will be getting married in Sydney. So B gets on a flight which coincidentally is the same one Ben is on. At night, B walks to the first class to use the restroom, but she makes a little stop to grab a cookie from Ben, and she gets trapped, putting her in a questionable situation. Thankfully, Ben is a heavy sleeper. Everyone gets to the luxury villa in which they'll be staying. Claudia tells Ben that Margaret is there and hopes he's not mad about it since she's his ex. Ben seems to be chill about the whole situation until he meets her partner, Beau. B's parents try to make her reconsider getting back with her fiancé, Jonathan, because they think that getting married is something that will make her happy. However, B is not sure about that, and she's even contemplating whether she actually wants to become a lawyer. Later, it is time to get dinner. Everyone gathers for the toast, and after that, they begin playing some charades. Ben grabs a firework to explain something, but B tries to take it away from him and accidentally lights it up with a candle. The firework shoots straight into one of the decorations. But Margaret is not going to let the fire take over. She takes her dress off and uses it to put down the flames. Claudia's family believes that B and Ben will ruin the wedding. So they think that they should make them fall in love to prevent any more casualties. When Pete and his dad, Roger, see that Ben is around, they purposely mention that B has been in love with Ben since the first night they met. Pete also mentions that she regrets walking out that morning. Then Claudia and Hallie use the same strategy to make B believe that Ben is into her. But unlike Ben, who falls for it, B explains to Ben that they're trying to get them together. Carol, Pete's mom, tells them Roger left his sunglasses on the sailboat and asks them to get them for her. Ben is not a good swimmer, so B pulls him towards the boat. And after she grabs the sunglasses, she sees that her parents invited Jonathan. B believes that they should fool everyone into believing that they're together because that would help her keep Jonathan away, and Ben could make Margaret jealous. Jonathan's arrival makes things awkward as B announces that she's with Ben now. So Jonathan feels like there's no point in going on the hike. B touches Ben's ass to show everyone that they're into each other, but B feels something weird, which turns out to be a spider. Ben takes off his clothes out of panic. And nobody else realizes what's happening because they're too focused on seeing a cola. Later, Ben makes sure that B's dad starts to like him, and he sort of succeeds at it. B thanks Ben for being so nice to her dad, but also confronts him about the story that he told her about the wrench and his mom. Since she believes it is just a line he uses with all his one-night stands. But Ben explains that it's not, and it actually meant something. Jonathan spots B and asks her to play chess with him. He uses the opportunity to tell B that he has been thinking about her. B feels the same way. And B's parents are the happiest to see what's going on. Ben takes a look at them but goes straight into the kitchen, where Margaret is. She brews him a cup of coffee and invites him on a run. But Ben says that he's going on a bike ride with B, so he can't. Margaret says that Beau is fine, but she's now looking for someone less casual. And now wonders why Ben and her broke up. Ben is not sure, but he recalls that Margaret called him an immature drongo smothered in Axe body spray. Margaret thinks that he's not that guy anymore and believes B is lucky to have him. Ben tells B about this, and he's not happy with Margaret, thinking that they're together in a serious relationship because that means that Margaret won't break the girl code and make any moves with him. Ben thinks that tonight at the rehearsal dinner they should show everyone that even though they're together, their relationship is not going to go anywhere. At night, everyone gathers in a yacht to practice. While Ben is getting some drinks, Margaret approaches Ben to remind him how much fun the two had together back when they were dating. Suddenly, Beau arrives and takes Margaret away. Immediately, Ben's eyes turn to look at B. But B approaches Jonathan. The two talk for a little bit, but when the music comes on, it is Ben who takes B to the dance floor. Pete calls everyone to the top deck to do a champagne toast. B tells Ben to follow her because she's about to close the deal. B wants to have a Titanic moment because she explains that this is something so lame only the people in the first stages of liking each other would do. Ben is skeptical but accepts to do it, and soon everyone catches on to what they're doing. Carol and Roger are proud because they think their plan worked. B's parents try to comfort Jonathan, but he insists on being fine. Once everyone is done watching, Ben stops holding B, but this causes her to fall in the ocean. Ben doesn't think twice and jumps in the water to save her. Fortunately, soon everyone on the boat notices that B and Ben are in the ocean. The harbor rescue gets notified. In the meantime, Ben spots a buoy, so they swim towards it to have a safer place in which they can wait for the help. B tells Ben that there's nothing more romantic than him jumping in to save her. Ben says that Jonathan didn't do it. B says that it's unfair because he didn't even give him a chance. So Ben asks why she's still defending that guy and asks why she broke up with him in the first place. B says that the reason is they never fought. Ben is confused because he thinks that's a good thing. B follows by saying that everything was just too comfortable and he's a great guy. Here, she also confesses that she quit law school and has no idea what she's going to do with her life. Ben says that he had such a memorable night with her until she snuck out and wonders why she did it. B says that he scared her because it was the first time that she felt fire and she had to blow it out. Ben confesses that he was really hurt when she left. B says that if they make it out alive, she'd like to go to the opera house, and Ben calls it a date. Right after that, the rescue team arrives. But Ben is scared of flying. B decides to sing his Serenity song. He's surprised that she knows it. B knows it because she heard it while they were flying to Sydney. They sing together and in no time they're back in the villa. B and Ben make out, but after doing it, B says that everything she does feels like a mistake. This makes Ben sneak out. The wedding day has arrived. Margaret and B go to a store to pick up the cake. Margaret asks B if what she has with Ben is serious because otherwise she would like to be with him. B says that Ben likes Margaret. B's parents find out through Pete that their daughter quit law school. B is mad that Ben told Pete. She says that the reason he's alone is because no one can trust him. Bean also confesses that they were not together. The dog couldn't handle the argument and threw the cake. Everyone's a little sour, but the wedding must go on. Roger pronounces Hallie and Claudia married. B fixes things with her parents. The cake was even saved. Margaret tries her luck with Ben. She kisses him, which makes B leave. Ben apologizes to Margaret, saying that he doesn't feel the same way. And after some thinking, he wants to go after B, but falls down a cliff and into the ocean. This was on purpose so that the rescue team could take him to the opera house. B was there. Ben mentions all the things he loves about her, and they kiss. Then they return to the party and everyone sings Ben's Serenity song.